They said it was just another road trip. 3 best friends. A borrowed cabin. A final summer escape before adulthood. But only 2 came back. For 10 years, no one dared speak about what happened to Eli Mason. His name faded from news reports. His mother stopped answering the door. His room was left untouched, a shrine to the boy who never came home. Eli Mason was the kind of guy who remembered your dog's name before yours. He wasn't loud, but when he spoke, you listened. A senior at Jefferson High in Springfield, Missouri. He had just been accepted to the University of Chicago on a full scholarship. His future was airtight, until it wasn't. The summer after graduation was supposed to be a celebration. Eli, Zeke Matthews, and Trent Callahan had been inseparable since middle school. Eli was the glue. Zeke was the spark. Trent, the cool one. Together, they made an unlikely trio. So when Trent suggested a weekend trip to his uncle's cabin near Branson Lake, no one hesitated. They packed snacks, old CDs, a cooler full of energy drinks and root beer, and hit the road. Friday, August 16th, 2013. That was the last confirmed sighting of Eli. He texted his mom at 9:02 p.m. "We're here. Love you. Talk Sunday." The cabin was nestled in the woods, about an hour from the nearest gas station. It had no Wi-Fi, no cell service, and just enough power to run a fridge and a radio. That first night, they grilled hot dogs, told ghost stories, and blasted classic rock through Trent's Bluetooth speaker. But underneath the laughter, something was brewing. Eli had noticed something on Trent's phone earlier that afternoon. A message thread from a girl named Marissa. She was Zeke's girlfriend. Only the messages weren't from her. They were to her. From Trent. Eli didn't say anything then, but he couldn't stop thinking about it. On Sunday evening, around 6:30 p.m., Zeke and Trent returned to Springfield. No Eli. They claimed Eli had driven off alone Saturday morning after a stupid argument about Trent's ex-girlfriend. He needed space. Zeke told police. Said he was done with us, with the weekend. Trent added. Took off toward the highway. Police launched a search immediately. Helicopters, local volunteers, highway patrol. Nothing. Not a shoe. Not a license plate. Not a whisper of Eli Mason. His mother knew better. The first 72 hours of any missing person case are crucial. But in Eli's case, confusion reigned. His car, a 2003 Honda Civic, license plate 5B32JLK, was never picked up on traffic cameras. No ATM withdrawals. No cell activity. No social media logins. The road from the cabin to Springfield had dozens of turnoffs. Dozens of places a car could vanish. But investigators focused east, based on Zeke and Trent's version of events. Lake Caprice, located west, was never on the radar. Eli's parents held yearly candlelight vigils until year 6. Then they stopped. Denise Mason, Eli's mother, developed chronic insomnia. His father, Robert, suffered a stroke in 2019. They never moved out of their home. His bedroom remained exactly as he left it. Posters on the wall, laundry in the basket, college brochures scattered on his desk. Every now and then, Denise would drive to Branson and just sit by the lake, waiting. In July 2023, Missouri was experiencing its worst drought in over 40 years. Lake Caprice had receded by nearly 14 feet. Shorelines expanded. Trees once underwater emerged, skeletal and mossy. On July 16th, a local fisherman, Jack Devlin, noticed something odd while trolling for catfish near a section known as Hollow Bend. His sonar picked up a mass on the lake floor. At first, he thought it was debris. A tree, maybe. Then he saw the shape. Metal. Rectangular. Tires. He called the sheriff. By sunrise the next morning, the lake was crawling with divers. They brought up the car at 8:47 a.m. Rust red. License plate intact. 5B32JLK. The Honda had been down there 10 years, but the cabin was sealed tight. Inside the driver's seat, a body. Seatbelt fastened. Wallet in the glove box. School ID in the back pocket. It was Eli. The autopsy revealed something horrifying. Be no trauma. No drugs. No alcohol. But water in the lungs. He drowned. Alive when the car went under. Even worse. scratch marks on the inside of the glass. Deep, erratic, desperate. Eli had woken up. Once the news broke, Springfield went into shock. People who hadn't spoken Eli's name in years were suddenly remembering him fondly. Old classmates held online memorials. Reddit threads speculated wildly. But for police, the focus was now on Zeke and Trent. Why had they claimed Eli drove east? Why was the car in neutral? Why was Lake Caprice never mentioned? Detectives flew to Phoenix to speak with Trent. Zeke, still in Missouri, was brought in quietly. Trent lawyered up. Zeke didn't. Zeke cracked during his second interview. He confessed to everything. There was a fight that Friday night. It wasn't about a girl. It was about trust. Eli had discovered that Trent had cheated on his now ex-girlfriend, with Zeke's help. Eli threatened to tell her. Threatened to leave the cabin early. Zeke tried to stop him. They struggled. Eli fell. Hit his head. Not hard, but he stopped moving. Zeke panicked. They thought he was dead. So they made a decision. Put him in the car. Drove to Lake Caprice. Pushed the car into the deep. Walked away, not knowing or caring that Eli might still be alive. Trent was charged with accessory to manslaughter and obstruction. Zeke faced involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering. The trial began in early 2024. In court, Denise Mason spoke. You stole his future. You buried him alive. And you let me think my son walked away from me. I will never forgive you. Zeke sobbed. Trent stared blankly. They were sentenced to 12 and 8 years respectively. Eli was reburied that spring. His funeral was attended by nearly 400 people. His mother placed his old watch in the casket. Eli's story sparked national attention. Podcasts, Netflix specials, a best-selling book by crime author Dana Hollis. Vanished, the Eli Mason case. But for his parents, it wasn't about justice. It was about knowing. Knowing what really happened that night. Knowing their son didn't abandon them. Knowing that even after 10 years, the truth still had a voice. And sometimes, the water tells the story. Some secrets sink deep. Some friendships are masks. And some goodbyes come years too late. But when droughts come, lakes empty. And when the past refuses to stay buried, you'd better be ready for what floats to the surface. Because the truth, it doesn't drown. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Every week, we uncover stories like Eli's, true tales of mystery, heartbreak, and justice finally served. Turn on notifications so you never miss a reveal. Stay curious, stay kind, and always question the silence.